Hello everyone, good evening. So in this session we are going to discuss about Microsoft Excel and which is necessary for all of the people who are joining a MBA, and it is one of the skill which is very necessary whenever you are going to join any corporate world, or even though in the MBA you will have lots of things to do with this thing, Excel. And today we have Swamadip Ghosh, who is a mentor at PrepB. He is going to take this session and he will taught you all the things which is very important for the Excel, which you should must know. So I hope the learning is going to be very fruitful. So I wish you all the very best and enjoy the session. So Swamadip, are you good to go?
Yeah, I think we should do it.
Yeah.
Tim, I think you all have joined by your laptop and you are having your Microsoft Excel application opened. Just quick thing, I'll just give you a brief overview on the session content. So I'll start with the Excel interface. What are the things there present in Excel, how we can do that, what are the data entry process, how we can clean the data, how we can format it. Then there could be some basic formulas, then lookups, and the pivot, and there will be some visualization. So try to follow whatever I'm saying. Let me know if things are a bit if I'm going fast or slow. If you're not comfortable with the pace, just let me know. And whenever you're having any question, I think Sumit, can they drop on the chat box?
Yeah, they have access to write in the chat box.
Okay. Okay. And I'll recommend you guys to practice things in parallel while I'm doing the operation. And Sumit, can I share some Excel with the product team?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, Give me a sec. I can't send it from here. I'll just mail it to you. Can you forward it to the team? Is it possible or it will be a big deal?
Yeah, you can share with me. I will share with all the people.
Just give me a sec.
Meanwhile, guys, those who are watching through YT and those who are in the session, please keep your Excels open so that you can solve with Somadip. And if you have any queries, you can simply write in the chat box. And I hope most of the things you already know, but whatever that new you were going to learn, just let us know. Also, this is something new you are learning today.
All right, I have just dropped a mail. Sumit, just share it on the product group. Let me know if my screen is visible or not. So first things first, I think many of you might have worked with Excel and for some of you guys, it can be an entirely new application. So I'll just give you a basic idea of what exactly Excel looks like. As you can all see, this is the ribbon plane where we can have the home, insert, the file options, and a lot of the other things. Most of the general operations are mentioned over here, but in this session, I'll try to tell you as many as shortcuts as possible, because if you enter into MBA space, you'll see everyone will be doing most of the operations by using mouse and click. But when you enter into corporate, you can see a huge transition that no one will use this much amount of mouse and clicking things and hovering things just to perform some Excel operation. The it's better to have the efficiency in such a way that you can use keyboards to perform most of the operation in Excel. So that is another goal which we want to achieve. So I'll just move on to the next tab where we have the description of these features. This and this place called quick access toolbar. You can edit this one. Maybe if you're using certain things very frequently, then you can just simply add it. How to add it? Just click over here. There is one very useful thing, that is format painting. So we use it very frequently, and this is here. And there can be cases where the ribbon pen is hidden, or you want to just click that one very frequently. Then how we can do it? We can go to quick access toolbar. From there, we just select the format painter, and if we just click on add and select OK, you can see that one is present over here. There are different operations. If you want to perform some additional operations, which you usually perform more frequently, you can add it from there. Then, and it's very basic thing. Then what is a name function and everything. I'll be sharing this Excel as well. Sumit, you can share with the broader group after the end of the session. I'll just quickly go to the basic shortcuts. There are few shortcuts which is very important. Suppose there is one Excel where you are working in this cell, and now you are planning to go to the very start of it. Then one option is, okay, you are going here and then there, and then you are moving this to this place. But again, in MBA, it's all about efficiency. What you will do, you'll just click on Control and Home. You see, we're moving to the first cell of it. This kind of shortcuts are present in this table. You can very well see that. And another very useful shortcut, which is Control plus arrow. What does that do? If I'm on this cell and I want to see I want to go to this cell, undo. Then one thing is we can go directly from here. But imagine there is a huge set of data where there are maybe 1 lakh rows, or maybe 10 lakh, or maybe 1 rows. In that case, we can't do this thing, right? Because the rows and the columns would be heavy. In that case, what you can simply do, you can click on control. For the extreme uh, end of it, you can need to click control plus right arrow. If you click it, you can see now my cursor is present in this undo tab. Similarly, now I want to go to the last cell of it where the data is present in this section. In that case, we'll be clicking control down arrow. You can see now we are here. You might feel that, okay, this is very basic, we can do it very easily in the click. But see, I have a small data set, not very huge, which I have having 30 data. And again, I am having good 8 or 10 columns. And currently I'm having on a extremely left column, and I just want to go to the profit tab. One, if and now I can simply scroll it, but imagine it is a huge data set, or now I want to just go to 30th row. What I'll do, I'll just click on control and down arrow. Then you can see I'm here at the last row. And again, if I have to go back to the top, I'll be just clicking control up arrow. Okay. And if you want to select the entire row or the entire section, you have to, along with the control and arrow key, you have to click on shift as well. So if I click on shift, control, and right arrow, all of the columns will be, all of the rows will be selected. You can see we are selecting these rows. Any question till this point? Uh, Team, let me know if you have any question. Cool. Okay. Now I'll tell you, in Excel, we have multiple rows and multiple columns. In case we have to insert a row or column, one thing is we can click here, then click on insert, and then we can do this insert operation. Okay. But, and we can do a click, right click, and then again we can delete an row or column. But suppose I want to do a quick insert, then it is difficult to follow this same process. So what I'll do, I select a random row and I'll just click on Control Shift plus key. If we click this, there will be an additional row will be added. And if you just have to drop it, just click on Control Shift minus. So keyboard. Hmm, Give me 1 second, my keyboard is not working. That's all on the basic control and shift functions. Now let's go to the formatting part of it. If you see this data set, all of the numbers are formatted. The INR and currencies, everything is formatted. But imagine there is a random number. So it's formatted like that. I'm taking a random number. This number is not at all formatted, and whenever you're presenting any information to any client, it is always recommended to have any number as formatted. How to format the numbers? Again, you can do formatting from your ribbon pen as well. But what is the shortcut? You need to click on Control 1. If you click on Control 1, you can get an option of format any cell. And initially, it will be there in the number tab. So how in US standard, what we do, we present the numbers in comma separated format. So we'll be using 1000 comma separated. And if I just click it, you can see the number is now comma separated format. And if you just want to change the decimal places and all, just remove the decimal places 0 and you can get the numbers formatted. Similarly, this currently this cell is right aligned, right? And if you want to align this value to middle, what you will do? One thing you can do is clicking this one. Okay. But another thing which you can do, whenever in Excel, your power key should be Alt. If you click on Alt, you can see there are different options which is appearing on the edible pen. And if you click on Alt H, you can see all of the options are available now. Then just click on Alt AC. So again, I am just reiterating the same thing. What I did Alt, I did H, I did. I just want to align it left, AL. Okay. Now you can feel that, we can select everything and do this operation from ribbon pen. But again, it is a best practice to use keyboard more and mouse use should be minimal. So in this way, you can format and align any cell. Now you want to put a border to it. You have the border options. You can select any border from here, and similarly, you can remove it from here itself. But now I just want to have this number in by using, I just want to apply border to this particular cell by using keyboard shortcut. Then what is the shortcut is Alt H. Now we are activating the all homepage ribbons. Then B, that means the border will be there. Then pretty simple. If you want to apply all borders, then click on A. If I just want to remove the border, then Alt H, again B, then no. See, the border has been removed. So if you see, these are the basic shortcuts on the number formatting, the alignment of the cell, and how you can border it. These are the basic shortcuts. Team, let me know if I'm clear till this point. Okay. Is the pace good or I should be going a bit slow or something? All right. Again, there are other formats too. You can just refer to this particular sheet for more number formatting. And yeah, in Excel, if you apply some formulas in wrong format, then in all of those cases, you can see this kind of messages. So if you see this kind of entries in any of the Excel, you can you should think that how we can fix that particular formula. Now I'm going to formula section. Again, in Excel, we do a lot of data operations. And how we can perform data operations? By applying certain formulas. There are a lot of formulas in Excel, and i- if you do more and more hands-on, you'll get to know about more and more formulas. But here are very important and very basic formulas which we'll be using on a regular basis. Suppose I'm going to the practice data set. If you see what we have unit price across all the products. Okay. And now I want to get the number of the average unit price of these products. Then what I will do, I'll simply go here, I'll write average. If you just start writing it, you'll get the particular suggestion. Then just click on down arrow and select this one. No need to type entire formula. You click on tab, this will already appear. After that, what do we exactly want? We want average of this particular unit price column, or maybe we want the average of revenue. Then what I'll do, I'll select this cell, and can you tell me what is the shortcut to select till the end last row? Can anyone please tell? I think I started with that one. Yes, I'll select here. I'll just go Control Shift down arrow. But you can see there is one additional cell which is of the total cell is also getting selected. In that case, what I'll do, I'll just click on Shift up arrow. Then this particular column will not be selected, the last one. Then I'll just close this bracket and I can get the average of it. Okay. Similarly, there are other formulas too for doing sum. If I just want to get the minimum unit price of this particular cell, one thing which if you select in this way, you can get average and sum over here as well, and you can also customize this to get the minimum values as well. But as we are knowing more about formulas, I'll just walk you through what is the minimum formula. For that, what I'll do, I'll just write min. If you just click on tab, they'll give you what are the fields which Excel expects from you. What is mentioned over here? It's that they are expecting some number array. So I'll just select this one, and you can see I'll be getting the minimum unit price that is 3200 from here. So far, so good. I don't think we're having any question over here. Now, from this example, suppose I want to get the total sales across a particular product category. Then one thing which we can do, we can just simply filter on the product category and we can get the numbers, right? But what, how we can implement the same in the formula-driven manner? In that case, what the formula which we'll be using is we'll do sum ifs. If you see what is mentioned, first we need to apply the range. The range is product category column. I'm selecting the product category column, then criteria. I have mentioned the criteria to be mobiles. As it is a string, I just giving it in quotes. Then sum range. Suppose I just want to get the total revenue. I want to get the total revenue. Then I'll just select this one. See, I am getting the total revenue across the mobiles category. Now I'll just change the formatting from here and we'll make it as INR. Now I need to validate whether this formula has been applied correctly or not. As I mentioned at the very beginning, how we can do that check is we can apply some filter. Now, how to apply filters to a particular cell? Can anyone share any idea on how to sort and filter things? Can I get any response in the chat box? You can mention that you are, yeah, data type. Correct. Any other response? I assume the silence is no. But yeah, one thing is, as someone has mentioned, that is we can go to from home, we can go to data tab and we can add the form, sort and filter things. But again, that is not an efficient way to do. So what we'll do over this row, we need to apply the filter, right? We'll just select all the rows and we click on Shift Control plus L. My shift key is not working at all. I don't know what happened. You can just take a note of it by using Shift Control L. We can apply the particular shortcut. I don't know what. So there's something wrong with the personal laptop. I am extremely sorry for this, but you can just take a note of this shortcut. Okay, for applying the filters. Else, I'm just validating it from here. But team, we should be using the shortcut only. And I'm going to mobiles. And if I just submit, see the number is matching. Okay, then can any one of you give me a recap? Okay, I think Sumit, you have mentioned that we can do it via Alt HSF. That is also true. But if we are at any data point, shift control is more easier to use. But thanks for sharing that. Alt is the part as well. Yeah, we can use that too. Okay, I think we have seen some basic formulas. Similarly, if you want to see what is the count of maybe sales rep who are selling mobiles, in that case, we need to do a counting operation. Here we have done uh, an operation called SUMIF. Now we can do a counting operation to do the same. Okay. Then I'll just move to the next part, that is VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is very important because everywhere it is used. And in VLOOKUP, we'll start with one additional data set where we'll be having ID, we're having the name and the area. And suppose there is another column, another table where we have only the employee IDs and we want to get their name. Okay. In that case, we'll be using VLOOKUP. How VLOOKUP works? To apply the formula as VLOOKUP, then lookup value, then we need to select the table array, that is this one. And if we need to fix this thing, we'll just click on function export. Now, function export is another important function which you use in any Excel. So in Excel, we do a lot of drag and drop things. And when we do drag and drop, the cell references get lost. So in that case, we'll fix the cells by using function export. After that, what I'll do, I'll select the table array. Then I'll see which exactly index column we need. What I mentioned, I need the name of it. So it is present in the second one. Let's click on second. Then whether I need a approximate match or oh, exact match. You can give select anyone true, false, or 0, 1. I'm selecting 0. See the number for the employee ID 1. I can get the name Amit Sharma. Similarly, if you want to the same formula to reflect in the other cells, one thing is you can just simply drag and drop this thing. Again, the formulas will be filled. But uh, these dragging and dropping things won't work when you'll be working with a huge set of data. In that case, what you'll do, you'll go to the last cell and just click on Shift Control Up and do a Control D. This Control D is very useful because this will help you to flash fill the formulas across the cells. Team, are we clear till this point? Please feel free to ask any question if you have. Okay. Are you guys practicing it in parallel? Great rhythms. Now, there are other uh, things on the lookup part as well. That is the one which we just saw. It is VLOOKUP, where we found the data across the tables. And this is HLOOKUP. This will give you the first row and return the value from the specific one, but this is not very much used. Then another one is the index one. You can just practice these formulas. Everything is mentioned over here. And the XLOOKUP one. Okay. Now I'll tell you the conditions because condition is very much important. Suppose I want to select those employees who has or who has a unit. Sorry, I think there's something else. Okay. I want to select some employees who has sold at least 5 units. Can anyone tell me how I can get those employees or the sales reps? Any response? Okay. See, write the formula. I'll use if what I mentioned. If I employee is selling at least five, suppose I want to give them some incentive if they are selling at least 5 units, and you need to validate whether they are really eligible or not. Then what I will do, I'll try to create a different column which will say whether they are incentive eligible or not. Then I'll do if in if what they are saying logical test. I need to validate the unit sold column, right? For this, I'll select this unit sold column. I'll just fix it. Value if true, then what I mentioned. Let me just move it slowly over here. I'll select this particular cell. And what I have mentioned that if it is more than 5, if G2 is greater than 5, that means if unit sold is more than 5, I'll just tell them incentive. Then it comes to value if false, no incentive. You can see for this employee, they are not selling enough laptops. That's why they won't be getting any incentive. Now I'll just apply this same formula for all these entries. Then what I'll do a control down arrow. I'll do a control shift up and do a control D. You can see all of the sales reps are having a new column which says whether they're incentive eligible or not. Are we clear till this point? Tim, I'll take a pause. I'll take some questions if there are any. Do we have any questions? Now I want to promote some employees who are selling, who are either selling at least 5 units or they are, uh, generating a revenue of more than 2 lakhs. Then what I'll do, I'll apply an and or condition. So see, in this step, it is mentioned, it is and. So if I do and then I'll apply logical function, hello, team, am I audible? Hello,
Yes, you are audible.
yeah, my screen got froze.
Soumya, you can reshare your screen, I guess, if there is an
Is it
issue.
visible? The screen was not visible.
Yeah, right now it is not visible. Can you please reshare?
Okay.
Okay, now it is perfectly fine.
What I said, if G2 is greater than 5 and logical operations 2 I which I mentioned is revenue should be greater than 2 lakhs. Then it will return as true. It is not happening for this candidate. That's why it is saying false. You can see this has been flash failed. And we can see for this particular employee, they are selling at least more than 5 units and their revenue is also more than 2 lakhs. That's why they are saying maybe promotion eligible or something. In this way, we apply this basic shortcuts and formulas. If we are clear till this point, then I'll quickly jump into the part of pivot. So to create a pivot table, one way is we go to data and we do to insert and I can add the pivot table and everything. From insert, you can create add pivot table. But in MBA, we'll try to use as much as shortcut as we can. So for that, first we select the entire data range. That is this. Then and then I'll just remove the total column. Then I'll try to create the pivot table by using keyboard shortcut. The keyboard shortcut is Alt N V then T. This table is already selected. I'm creating it on a new worksheet and I'm just clicking this checkbox add data to the data model. I'll tell you what happens next. See, the pivot table has been created. And if I want to add the granularity of per monthly sales, then what I'll do, I'll just select date. I can see the date is here, or maybe daily sales. Monthly, we don't have the granularity of monthly over here. And we just want to get the revenue. If you see, the sum of revenue is here. Now I want to get the unit sold. We can see the sum of units sold is also present over here. Now you can play along with this portion. if you can click on value field setting, there are a lot of options. What do you exactly perform? You want to calculate the average of it. You want to calculate them. I just want to check whether the what is in any other scenario. There can be a case where we want to just check what is the minimum number of products. In that those cases, we can apply these filters. Okay. So we can just play around with different field items. We can add it over here, and we can populate our pivot table. Now, if you want to see on which product how much revenue it is generating, then we can add a slicer. In slicer, I am taking product name. If you see the product name, it is mentioned as different products, Apple AirPods, MacBook, and everything. And I want to see in the month of in each and every month what is the revenue which has been generated by Apple AirPods. Then just click on that particular one. You can see only Apple AirPods has generated some revenue in the month of November or in that particular date. If you just go back to this data set, you can see 18 November is the only place where AirPods Pro 2 was sold. If you want to do this exercise with some other product, maybe this USB-C hub, everything you can do. And when you want to remove the slicer, you can simply click over here. The slicer will be removed. This is basically an advanced level of filtering data, and it is UI friendly as well. Now you want to, uh, change that particular column, sorry, particular product name. You can just play along with this, and remove that particular product and apply those filters and see how the revenue is getting changed. This is very basics about the pivot table and how the slicer works, how you can create pivot tables and everything. Are we clear on the pivot table part of it? Vedant, your question, we have to create exact columns for the right. For the example, if the revenue was in percentage, we would have to add a column. Okay. In most of the cases, revenues are not present in percentages, right? But it is present in the sum itself. But if you want to see, I'm just removing the slicer. If you want to see the revenue as in according to the products or the revenue in according to the particular date, then what you can do from here, you can go to value field setting and then just select average of it. Or from here, you can just select on percentage of grand total. If you do that, you can see the revenue in percentages as I think this is the product price revenue. Give me one second. Oh, date granularity is there. That's why it's creating issue. There's some issues with the data, I believe. But yeah, from here in value field setting, if you just click on show values as, from here you can change it. If select no calculation, it won't calculate anything. Okay, the formatting is creating an issue over here. No worries, but I think if you just click on here, So my phone choose. So yeah, apply the formula over here. That should work. Yes. That is because of the formula is creating a mess issue with that. But yeah, Vedant, are you clear with your question? Okay. Now I think one last part is left, which is the visualization part of it. Visualization part, what we do, we can create different charts out of the data. Suppose we want to see the trend of the sales data. And for that, what I'll do, I'll just get another table where I'll be having daily total profit. I will just end it and I'll be adding profit. Have it. And if I just want to plot it, how we can plot add a data? You can just click on insert from recommended charts. You can select one particular chart. As it is a profit trend line thing, we'll click on this chart. You can select any one of it. I'll just select this one. You can see this is how the profit trend line looks like. And from here, you can edit and modify the chart elements. Suppose you want to remove the axes, just remove it. You want to remove this grid line. You want to edit the legend. Everything you can do. Okay. Suppose you want to add a trend line. You can add it from this particular set. And if you see everywhere, there is a right arrow, which allows you to modify this particular sets as well. Now, suppose I want to see what percentage of revenue is coming from my product category, which is laptop. In that case, what I'll do? Can anyone of you suggest me? Suppose I want to see what is the share of laptop is giving, and I just want to visualize it. So, how I can do that? Again, from this pivot table, I'll use this one itself. I will add a product category. We'll add revenue. I hope this will work. You can see the percentage on each and every product. We can get it from here. Now, in this kind of data where we are showing some shares, we always prefer to use a pie chart. So I'll just do a select over here, and again we'll go to the insert tab, go to recommended chart section, and we'll just add a pie chart. So for different data, we do use different tools of visualization. So, and if you see the percentages are not present over here, if I click on data labels, the percentages will be visible over here. Are we clear till this point? All right, I think that was all from my end. I think I tried to cover all the basics, and I'll be sharing this Excel with you guys via Sumit. And Sumit, you can share it out to the product team, and they can follow up with more and more formulas, and they can practice the pivot tables, how they can create charts, what are the different formulas, which I couldn't explain in this particular call. They can maybe try around on their end. I have added all the examples and everything in in this Excel. They can use that.
Okay, Shwamedit, thank you for this session. So, those are watching through YT, we are concluding the session for you guys. And those who are in the session meeting, we will continue with your queries. So, if you have any queries, you can simply write down the chat box.